Good afternoon guys and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a very cold morning here in the studio. But today I want to talk about a little bit of putting, and you can see by the title I'm going to talk through today what all great players will do and most amateurs unfortunately will not do. And that's routine. So we're talking routine today. We're talking about what they do before they hit each putt. How many times I see your amateur golfers, the ball's on the green, they've come up, they're talking, they chuck the bag down or they rush, they get over the putt, have a shuffle round, that looks about right, straight over it, aiming nowhere near where they need to, stance isn't square, push that putt, and they wonder why. And they start to think, right, why is it missed? Oh, it's going to be one of those days. And that's the thing we don't want to think. So I don't want you to be going around there, first hole, whacking one past or leaving it short and thinking, here we go again. So the main thing they do, and it's throughout the game, whether you see it with the driver, you see it with irons, you know, when you watch it on TV, there's very much the caddies talking to the player. You've got 157, they talk through the wind, they then pick the club, they talk through the shot, he visualises the shot most of the time, or her, and they go in and they play the shot. So there's a lot of talking, there's a lot of routine, but for most golfers you think, that's going to slow me down, I'm going to be slow, all my friends are going to be like, bloody hell, we're not playing with him again because he's just slow, he's taking forever, you know. But if you're doing it in time, so if you are walking up to your ball and whilst others are playing, you're going through this routine, you're going to be a lot more consistent with your putting, you're also going to have a lot better chance of holing putts. And it's a tick box system, and I want you to we're going to go through it today. And I want you to start to try and use this. It's harder obviously in winter depending on if your greens are like concrete like ours are today because they're still frozen over. But go through this routine and see how it helps you put in. It should help you start the ball online better. It should help you with your pace. And again, as a result, then it should take the focus away from technique. So the first thing we want to do is reading the green. So as you come up to the green, if you've got to putt, for me, I use aim point, and you will have seen that, and in the summer when we come to it, we will be doing clinics, but we'll also be talking through what this process is. I'm up to my ball, everybody else is playing theirs. I come in, have a feel, and luckily inside here I know it should be straight, as this is flat, but I've done my green reading, okay? So nice and quickly there, that's took me a couple of seconds. So that's the first point. So I've picked my green read, I've got that straight. So I'm going to now think, right, how can I get the ball and get my putter aiming at the hole consistently? And for doing that, what we're going to do is we're going to line the ball up. And I know a lot of people don't do this, and this is where I say, you know, great players do it, but most amateurs don't. Again, they think it's time consuming. But all I'm going to do is I've marked the ball, I've got a straight putt here, and what I've done is, if you're on the course, pick a point, something closer to the ball that's on the same line, and then aim to that. It's much easier for you to line a ball up to something a foot or 2 foot in front as opposed to 4 foot, or if you're on a 30 footer, something a lot longer and a lot further away. From there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my shaft to make sure that that is lined up perfectly. That is ever so slightly left, so I will just slightly move that. And now we're bang in the middle. And what I'm doing there is I'm using the shaft to have it on the edge of the line. Again, I'm using the Strickson divide balls, but I'm covering the line, or covering the side of the line, and I can see it with my right eye. So I'm right eye dominant, and for that I'm going to have the line at the right side of the shaft, and then I can see up here whether it's pointing towards my target. So again, a very quick process. I've read the green, I've been in here now, okay, I know it's flat. The second point is to line it up, and I would do that very much from the ball. So I can rest the shaft on my belt buckle, and I can make sure that is in the centre. A lot of people will stand 20 yards back, you know, get down here and have a look. Oh, yeah, it looks about right, I think. And then they stand over it and they're not sure. By doing it this way, what we're able to do is give ourselves a more of a definite. So I can see that it is there. I've got a shaft. The shaft is tapered, so that's why we do look at a point just in front. And if I know I'm on that point, then I'm going to be able to get that ball starting in the direction, well, hopefully, depending on your technique, but it gives us that chance. We know it's aiming correctly to start with. From there, I've then got to tick the next box. So we've ticked green read, we've ticked aim, and now what I want to tick is pace. So pace control is something that a lot of people don't do. They come in over it, they don't even look at the hole, they're focused on where the putter's going. They watch the putter, a couple of strokes, and then they get in, and it goes off like a rocket in the hand. So they have no control, they have no feel there. So here, what I like to do, and this is something for you to trial and error, it will work for some people, it won't work for others. You might have to have a set backswing length, which again I will go through in videos to come. But here, look at the hole, take the focus away from the putter head, make my strokes, and then come in nice and quickly, and let's hit that putt. Okay, nice and easy for me there. Missed. Unfortunately, we are going to miss putts. My tendency, as I know, is to push putts, leave the putter face open. We saw there it didn't roll perfectly, and as a result, I've opened the putter face as I've come through impact, and it's missed to the right. Pace was good, roll wasn't great, so I know straight away why I've missed that putt is because I've left the face open. So now I'm going to hit another putt on a breaking putt, and what I will get a feel of more for myself is a feel of more that I'm letting that putter head release on the way through. That'll help me square up the face and start that ball on line. So I know there that the read was good because it was straight. I know that it was lined up perfect because I used the shaft. I've then done my pace, which was good, and I can break down exactly why I've missed it. And that's what all great players will do, is know exactly why they've missed the putt. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lift up the mat. We're going to have a breaking putt. So I'm going to go through the same process on a longer putt and show you again how quick that is for me to do that. And that's the main thing I'm wanting to show you here. Once you've done this and you get this routine, the tick box system, it'll become very quick, very simple, and you'll be a lot more consistent. And if you've ever watched Tiger Woods, you'll see there's many videos on YouTube where you see his routine is within 1 second on every single shot that he plays. So before the shot, when he's visualizing, he'll take so many seconds over the ball. He never stands over the ball longer each time. It'd be milliseconds, and that's what made him obviously probably the best golfer ever. So let me tilt the mat up and let's hit a breaking putt. So I've set it on the slope now, so I'm going to go through the process here and show you how quick this is. So we're into the ball. If I had a coin, never have a coin when you need one, I'd have marked the ball. I'm in to do my green read. Okay, a pretty big slope. I'll read that. Perfect, and that's it. So I've aimed the ball, I've read it, that's only probably took me 10 seconds. I'm in to do my practice swings, and then we're in, set, and pull the trigger. Again, not a perfect roll there, but that's how quick, even on that's around about 5 foot, I believe. A 5 foot putt, I can do that process. So I've read the green, I've got the slope, I've lined my ball up pretty quickly, and I've been doing that for a long time, but it does come very quick. So as soon as you start to use the shaft and use your dominant eye, you'll be a lot quicker at that. And through the winter is the best time to do it, ready for the season. If you're then quick for the season, it's good, you can hit the ground running. I've then done the pace, and you saw that went in with a pace that's going around about a foot past. So if it does miss, it's a tap in. The roll still wasn't perfect, so I still need to work on releasing that putter. That'll be something now I would go and work on. I'd get my mirror back out and the putting mat and start to get a feel of making sure I'm doing that. But there is one thing that all great players do, and that's just a simple routine, doing the tick box system and making sure you give yourself feedback. So guys, hopefully that's helped you. Hopefully that's something you can work on throughout the winter, and I will see you again later in the week.